This is a layout tour of the San Juan Northern as seen from our newly acquired drone camera. Like all railroads, this has to start somewhere. In our case, it starts in Montrose on Colorado's west slope. Montrose is located on the northern edge of the San Juan mountain range, hence the name of our railroad. Montrose is a dual gauge yard. We have standard gauge trains coming from Grand Junction north of here, which is on the main line of the Rio Grande Railroad. And we have narrow gauge arriving from both the Rio Grande's Gunnison and Black Canyon route arriving from the east, and narrow gauge Rio Grande Southern trains arriving by way of Ridgeway to the north. To the south of here, rather. Traffic consists of northbound oil trains bound for refineries near Grand Junction and originating in oil fields in New Mexico south of here. Of course, there's plenty of traffic with merchandise and equipment serving the mining industries. There are seasonal movements of fruit from Grand Junction and cattle from high mountain grazing locations to the south. Montrose has two transfer locations where products are exchanged from standard gauge to narrow gauge equipment. Narrow gauge trains leaving the Montrose yard proceed upgrade west by timetable and south by geography to Ridgeway, arriving at a major yard to the north end of the Rio Grande Southern system. Ridgeway has a turntable and also is served by two Ys that are nearby. One Y is capable of reversing entire trains, but is seldom used. Ridgeway is also a junction of sorts, since it's located on the branch line to Ouray on the Rio Grande system. Ouray is in a box canyon and served by one mixed train daily. Most trains leaving Ridgeway climb a steady grade that first leads to the small mining community of Ilium. Next, near Ilium is Vance Junction. Vance Junction has a passing siding and a large coaling facility. Trains of no more than 6 cars are assembled here. Engines assigned can handle the 4% grade that comes next. The first station upgrade is Ophir on the well-known Ophir Loop. Top-grade ore is loaded into boxcars here in a facility that almost dwarfs the depot. At Ophir Loop, there's a 400-foot long trestle leading to the Palisades. Palisades is a strange geological formation. It's popular with rock climbers and often is the location of training classes that are led by Eric Larson, an international mountain guide based in nearby Telluride. Passing the Palisades, we see the famous Enterprise Mine. Or from here goes by aerial tram to the smelter in Red Mountain, located across an enormous valley to the south. We are now on the High Line, approaching Lizard Head Pass. With Trout Lake behind us. We passed the Trout Lake water tank and the restroom facilities for the tourist trains. We have arrived at Lizard Head Pass, elevation 10,222 feet. Lizard Head Spire, a Chimney Rock, is 13,133 feet tall. There's a passing sighting here, as well as a Y for turning helper engines at the top of the grade. And in the fall, we have cattle that have spent the summer grazing up here that are loaded for transport to the market. Downgrade, we come immediately to the Red Mountain Mill. Ores are crushed and reduced here before being loaded in boxcars for secure transportation to processing plants elsewhere. There's a large workforce up here, so in addition to the incoming merchandise and supplies, miners arrive in special trains and by frequent galloping goose runs. Departing Red Mountain, trains pass through a long tunnel and they arrive at Rico, a division point on the railroad, about halfway between Durango, further south, and Ridgeway. There's a small yard and an engine house. Above Rico is a coal mine the railroad receives most of its coal from. That coal in turn is shipped down grade to the railroad-owned facilities at Vance Junction and Montrose. Through trains depart Rico en route to Durango, and there's a small staging yard beyond Lizard Head Pass that includes a turntable, passing siding, and one storage siding.